When I was a kid growing up, I had a lot of heroes. I had a lot of TV heroes. I had like the Superman, Lone Ranger, just different heroes. And it seemed like, as I look back now, while they stood for the truth and justice and all of this kind of stuff, their resolve, the way that they solved all the problems was through acts of violence. It was always, Superman, in the old TV show, he never killed anybody, but he sure did punch them into next Thursday. And the Lone Ranger and Tonto, they are always on the right side of the law, but they were always knocking each other around and punching bad guys and all of that kind of stuff. And there was always shows of force and everything like that. I think that's been the way that we have seen the world throughout the history of the world. I think even in the times of Jesus, people saw that the heroes were people that solved conflict through violent ways. And so it was hard to understand who Jesus really was, and especially what he meant by the fact that he had to sacrifice himself. One time he tells Peter that he is going to have to go and be beaten, and he's going to have to die. And Peter, resorts to that old heroic thing of, we will fight this and everything like that. And Jesus actually says, "Get away from me, Satan. You are a hindrance to what my mission is." In other words, he's not calling Peter Satan. He's calling what Peter is doing satanic, which means the adversary. It means you're fighting me on what my mission is. In other words, what Jesus is saying, you don't understand. In this world, you think that everything has to be solved through violence, through overpowering somebody. But when it truly is talking about the love of Christ, when we're truly talking about following Christ, it's actually about what Jesus says, carrying your cross. It's actually about not giving into that violence, not succumbing to it so much that you become violent yourself, but to actually choose to take the position of kindness and of peace. That's as Christians what we're called to do. We look at even religious leaders today, and we think of the ones that are powerful, and we look at politicians, and we try to follow the people that we think are mighty and bold, and we forget about that line that Jesus gave to Peter. That's a hindrance to me. That is a hindrance to what I am called to do. What I'm called to do is to enter this violent world and not partake in it, but actually give my life for those that I love, which is us. So, as we walk around this world, I ask two questions. Who are your heroes? Are they the heroes of violence and power? Or are they heroes of people that truly speak for who they are? Stay true to who they are and stay peaceful and stay kind. And the second question I have is, when Jesus says, pick up your cross, what does that mean to you? What is your sacrifice? Does it mean fighting other people? Does it mean going on social media and berating people that you disagree with? Or does it mean choosing a different way? Does it mean sacrificing some of the things like pride and power and false senses of might, and actually submitting and welcoming and cherishing love and kindness and peace? There's a secret there in that Bible. And the secret is that war and violence, it doesn't solve anything. But peace and love, in the long run, does.